What's up, everybody? It's Mountain Games. Doing a little unboxing video today from a long-awaited package arrival. Been waiting on this for a couple months, since March. Wow, long time. Let's tear in and see what we got here. There we are. So, what we have here today is a new game from Modiphius Entertainment. It is Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. This is specifically the Imperial Faction starter set. 5 plastic models there. They have a couple of sword and board warriors with some mages. And this is played on a 30 mil base game, and they are 32 mil scale quality. Pretty good looking models. Can't wait to open them up and get them painted. You can see there's a little bit of some discrepancies even in the pictures. Some are kind of bent. So these are probably a less expensive cast plastic. Still pretty solid looking. Not going to fault them too much. Let's see what we got here. I honestly forgot kind of what I ordered, so this will be fresh for both of us. This is the Stormcloak Faction Starter Kit. Has a little bit more variety. Guy with an axe, a couple great sword guys, bow, and as well 32 mil scale, 30 mil base gameplay. This is the, the Bleak Falls Barrow Delve set. From what I can understand, Delves are like single player adventures, even though this is a war game. You can still play adventures like you would in Elder Scrolls Skyrim, soon to be Oblivion and Morrowind as well. This is an 8-man kit with a bunch of Draugr, sword board, bow, arrow, and greatsword. As well, you also have a plastic hero figure, a Dragonborn in the iron set, as you would when you're going through Bleak Falls Barrow. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Well, this kit looks like it fell open. Oh no. I think I know what it is. Hope it's not broken because it is resin. Looks pretty intact. It is supposed to be, if I can find all the pieces, here we are, a resin ghost Dragonborn, as well as a regular Dragonborn. With shield, iron shield, and iron sword for the standard resin model. You're supposed to have a cool swirling trail like in the promotional pictures. Pretty cool looking models. Come in little blisters. Well, they would have, assuming it didn't get turned over as many times as it did. But pretty high quality bases. Pretty easy to build stuff. Looks like they're really well guided. I'm assuming you have some good super glue. Shouldn't be too hard to build. Really excited to get these guys built, primed up and painted. This guy's standing on a hill Really cool. Doing a little dry fit there. Standing on a hill. And then got the sorrel coming right behind him. So then he looks like that. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and show off the core. Big set. This looks like this comes with another Dragonborn. Let's see what we get here. The contents. So we get 5 hero cards, 13 follower and adversary cards, 6 faction reference cards, more than 200 quests, events, traps, items, and spell cards, 1 white skill dice, 3 green accuracy dice, 3 black, 3 red, and 3 yellow effect dice, 3 die cut counter sheets, 104-page complete core rulebook, quests book with 12 missions, escape from Helgen, quick start guide, and then the miniatures are available separately. Wow. So you have to buy this plus a starter kit. Interesting move on that part. We'll go ahead and open it up here. Maybe the later editions will come with models. Like when Oblivion and Morrowind get released, I assume that there will be a possibility for more starter kits, and specifically core sets, in case you start playing from those, since not everybody's into Skyrim. Alright, so opening up here, you get the classic promotional picture, plus the Escape from Helgen guide, which will be your first steps into the world. Pretty cool. Teaching you about movement, measuring, which is inches, exploration, attacking targets, escaping the dungeon. It brings you to the end with some quick reference guides. Super handy and helpful. This really nice looking book is the Quests Guide. Pretty well set up, just kind of setting out some, like defining a game area for playing with this. They actually have a gold system, it looks like, for points instead of traditional points in like Warhammer. More quests, how to play them. You can play them at, it looks like, varying difficulties. Spawn in your adversaries. Different scenarios if you want to play versus, essentially, in battle mode. Blood on the Snow campaign. That's cool. There's quick campaigns. You each play scenarios, Imperials versus Stormcloaks. And then Delve mode, increasing more of that single player feel. Which is really cool. There's random things, whole activations. Deployment for this. Yep, tons of different delve mode stuff. Really, really cool, well thought out stuff. And then a badass last picture there showing off some painted models on some terrain. If you want a little bit more of a 3D environment, And then kind of some more model showcases, just showing all the stuff you can get, their kits, what you can purchase them in, stuff like that. Good stuff. This is a well-printed book. This is the actual rule book. Not as thick as some other games. A little bit more thick than what I would imagine for this, but it looks like with the way everything's kind of shown, they do a really good idea of putting in arts, charts, and references mixed in with the text. So I understand if there's a couple pieces per page, but you got some good art, good rules reference, how to play, things of that nature. You can play with dragon shouts, pretty cool. All around some good stuff. Good terrain that they're showing in here. Elevation. Something I definitely want to dive into here shortly. Different races you can play as. Quick reference even in the back of the main rulebook. Very handy to have. Next we get some of the punch outs for various different effects and tokens, treasure, all sorts of things. I won't punch any of these out right yet. Quest markers. All around pretty good stuff. Even more sheets. Probably for spell effects or treasure or something that effect as well. Looks like they included, yeah, I guess assortment bags. That's actually really cool. I've never seen that in a game that has all of the amount of proprietary stuff. You don't ever see Fantasy Flight Games or anything doing that. That's pretty unique. Definitely helpful. I wish I had those when I was playing Legion. Looks like we got our first event deck. These are the adversary cards. Got our D6s and D20, all with various different symbols. Got the Mayron's Dagon Oblivion symbol. Got various hits, other effects. Pretty cool. This looks like both spells, and there's some equipment on them. Looks like they're a double pack given the two different collars. Some more events and some spells, dragon shouts. Pretty cool stuff. I am really curious to see how dragon shouts will play in the later modules once they introduce Oblivion and Morrowind into the mix. And then even though they don't give you the model, unless it's under here, even though it says model sold separately, they still give you the cards for them, including for like Hadvar and stuff. So that's interesting. I do like how, specifically if you look here, it looks like these are where you get equipment cards for them. So you can have two quick slots, I guess, for like potions, and then you can have your hands. You probably have spells in them, or like your armor. That's a really cool system. All right, let's see if there's anything over here. Nope, it's empty. So yeah, no models were included. Luckily, the pre-order bonus I think came with one of these Dragonborn. I think I purchased the blue resin one separate, but the original Dragonborn resin came with him. Maybe I got it confused. Maybe it's the opposite one. But that is the core box. Let's go ahead and dig into what else we got here. Push these to the side. Looks like first we'll do the Bleak Falls Barrow kit. Alright, so opening up the Bleak Falls Barrows kit. We get introduced first off to the how to build guide, which is like a single page fold out, combining pretty much everything together. Looks pretty simple, a lot of the build. Looks like there's also a decent amount of customization, specifically with the Dragonborn. Definitely see it once I'm building it. And then the sprue here, yeah, it's definitely more of the less expensive plastic. It's not the same kind of premium plastic game you might be used to with like Games Workshop product. Still looks pretty sturdy though, nonetheless. Might be something you're used to with like if you ever play Warlord games or something. Definitely looks something closer to that. And then their bases, which are their own kind of cast 30 mil bases. I'm not a huge fan of 30 mil. Honestly, I'm a bigger fan of 32 millimeter. But we will still use them. So pretty simple kits. There's nothing that's one sprue, one build guide, and one pack of bases for roughly $30 or so. The only thing I wish it would have that doesn't seem like it came in, there's nothing else in the box, would be the cards. I assume that if you get the core box, it comes with everything. Let's open it up here. I think we have the Dragonborn. We have Rolla or Reloff. Earsovold, Thrice Pierced, Imperial Mage, and Hadvar. So it seems like these are the only characters we can play as. In terms of character-wise, right? Because you actually build these guys out. So I would assume that Bleak Falls Barrows, Stormcloak, and Imperials actually have their rules in the core rule books, or something from the core set. So that would make sense because these are characters. These are definitely not just your average everyday guys. But it has stuff like your Imperial Mage. No, I'm not too sure. How about we go ahead and open up the Stormcloak kit. See what we got in there. See what we get in here. Alright, so very similar. A little bit different of a sprue. You got your guys, looks like your character, Ears Revolve, and your archer. About 5 bases in there. And then your how to build kit. I do like, this is something that's very friendly for beginners, which is separating it into what different sprues exist. Don't know why the measurements are near important for them. But having this separated so you kind of know what pieces you have is very important. Because sometimes when you're looking at a sprue and it's all monocolor like this gray plastic here, it's hard to tell what's what sometimes. Especially when you open up like a big old GW kit and it's just a bunch of things. These kits are a little more muted, which is great. And it's definitely helpful that you have this. That is our Stormcloak kit. pretty cool models. I'm really excited to build those. But I'm a sucker for two-handed swords. And then we'll go ahead and move on to Imperial. Build instructions. Separating our sprues again. These sprues are laid out the exact same way as the Stormcloaks. So, pretty easy, and as well as the rules. This kit is actually a little bit cooler just because it comes with the mages and stuff like that. I'm curious to see how magic performs against like bows and things, like why one kit has one or the other. I know Imperials, take mages and put them into their own often, but Stormcloaks were not necessarily anti-magic, but not as much as Imperials were. So I want to see that trade-off in action, and of course our bases. So I think that'll do it for here. I'm very excited to get everything painted up, built, painted, and done overall. Read it. I plan on putting in maybe some 1v1 combats into the game, some solo play as well, and just various other maybe tactics or other things up on the channel. So be sure to check those out. And as always, see you in the next one.